Excellent. Okay, guys. Well, let's go right into this. This is a man who needs no introduction whatsoever. Roland Osborne has done over 500 seminars in martial arts schools, certified over 10,000 around the world. He's taught over 100,000 kids and works with over 700 schools around the world on their curriculum and marketing strategies. Sensei Roland has owned multiple schools. He had one large school of 500 members, and he has a small 200 members, so that's very important for you guys to understand. That's a very big benefit, someone that has that much experience. His passion is in youth curriculum and helping martial arts schools become the most successful businesses in their community. His motto is creating martial arts athletes champions game of life. So without further ado, I'd like to just turn it over to Mr. Roland Osborne.
Hey, Sensei Nick, thanks for that introduction, and I want to welcome everybody on the line today. It's an honor to do an event with Champions Way, such a great organization. I know I use Champions Way in my schools, and yeah, it's awesome to get a chance to work with everybody on the line. I appreciate you coming today, and as Sensei Nick said, I had a large school and a smaller school, so I know what it's like to do strategies in both schools, and they're kind of completely different beasts. One has a larger staff, one's one or two staff, and so my goal today is to really give you some in-depth strategies on running summer programs and to make them successful. So, Sensei Nick, are we ready to get started?
Absolutely. And before we start, real quick, Roland, just a couple questions for you before we get started.
Yeah.
Obviously, for those of you that I've told, which some people have been in the webinar, I was at an amazing in New Jersey. Where it was for yourself, John Cassidy, and a couple other gentlemen, Jason Morgan. You guys were doing your hyper training event. When I walked in, I literally was just dumbfounded. There, we're going nuts. There was the energy, the passion, the excitement was just amazing. And I was wondering if you could tell everybody a little bit about the hyper event that you did, and just to give them an idea of what you do in these events, because we have one coming up with you in August, which we'll talk about later. But that was just a spectacular event. It really got me excited, and the summer information you were given for summer camp was dynamic also. So if you could just tell everybody a little about those events before we get started, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. There's kind of a strategy that we use in Hyper, and we kind of have 3 programs. But the reason why that people are getting such great results, and you see the energy, is basically our overall mission. Our mission is really inspire the world to train in the martial arts. We want to make martial arts the largest youth activity there is. The second thing is, we're teaming up with the best instructors in schools around the world. And when you team up with the best instructors in schools, they have clean facilities, they're modern-day instructors, they're out there teaching phenomenal classes, and they're people who, take action. The worst thing we can do is give a bunch of ideas out there, like you said, you're at the event, we're giving out summer camp ideas, and 3, 4, 5 days later, people are putting up videos and getting 10, 15, 20 kids to sign up for camp, or we just have that over the last month signed up 73 upgrades because they made immediate changes. And so we have a lot of schools getting a lot of great results because of that. And then the third thing is our goal is to create martial arts athletes in every community. And so, we believe, and I'm sure you would agree that martial arts is, the best activity to have kids in. Not only does it make them fast and strong and powerful, but it teaches them how to defend themselves at the same time. So, really have a powerful sport that we can help, change every community, and people get fired up. They get excited about that. When we talk about the 5 principles of the curriculum that we're teaching, we're taking traditional martial arts and traditional core values with modern curriculum and modern teaching strategies. We're combining that. I was doing an event for a few hundred school owners recently, and I kind of gave them the analogy. It's like it's the difference between Kodak and Instagram, right? They're both in the picture. Kodak just went bankrupt, and Instagram just sold for $1 billion. And so, one is forward moving. They're moving with the times. They're looking at what the generation is doing, but they're still using. And so, another analogy is like, a car is a great vehicle, but nobody drives a Model T anymore, right? Things become better and they progress. And so that's why our schools are really getting great results. And at the event you just saw, we had 125 instructors there, and they're going back to their schools, and they're just fired up teaching phenomenal classes. And I guess the last part of it is style. We wanted to add style to the martial arts because, most kids, 10, 11, and 12, a lot of them quit martial arts because they have to do something, they have to fit in or belong to a group. And martial arts has been advertised for people who may need help, like confidence, or people how to fight, or kids that are bullied. You know, I remember being a kid and people were like, you do martial arts? And the first thing they think is like, well, you must not know how to fight, you know. And so we're trying to change that perspective, or we are changing that perspective by creating martial arts to have a cool style to it. And we know it works because, you know, we have 60,000 plus fans online. These are kids, the consumers, and adults too, that love martial arts and are passionate about, again, traditional martial arts, traditional core values, but modern curriculum and also modern teaching strategies. So that's where we really start to see the progress. And then here, if you can see our icon, the H is the ladder, and that just represents the ladder of success. So not only in class is every time you train you get better, but also in business. Our goal for our hyper clients and people that we work with is you're constantly evolving and climbing the ladder of success, that you're never standing still, you're always growing, whether it's your instructors getting better, whether it's your summer season, whether it's going to classes, we're always improving, and that's what we're all about. So we're uniting martial arts athletes in schools around the world and creating martial arts athletes, and that's really why everybody's so excited and why you see the results that you're seeing, and, you know, of course, at that event as well.
That's so awesome, Roland. A couple key things. When I was at that training event in New Jersey, I saw so many school owners that I recognized from just years of being in the business. And the one thing that was just amazing was the feedback they were giving me. And then as I stayed longer and listened to a lot of these ideas that you were implementing, it was just, again, I was just like, wow. I was motivated to go back and almost do summer camps myself in my school. Not that far, but, you know, like it was just, I went back to my staff and I was like, you guys have got to get on here. That's why I went back and told my staff from being in your event. Now, for school, like, you know, looking to get started, with summer camps, is it hard, like, with the material you have? Is it really simple for them to follow? Could you give us some examples of how they could start and what some of your schools are doing as well?
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I just kind of want to start, you know, one with, you know, talking about summer and how dangerous summer is. A lot of schools actually kind of decline during the summer. Like, school owners look at it like, summer's going to be hot, less kids are coming, kids are going on vacation, kids are going to quit, they're going to put their accounts on hold. And, you know, years and years ago as an instructor, just coming up martial arts business, managing a school, I was like, to be honest with you, I was like, this sucks. Like, I'm used to my summers being fun and exciting and motivating, and I was like, I don't want to go through summer like that. I remember in June signing up a ton of kids. You know, we did all these marketing strategies, and all these kids were signing up. And then I remember, like, 2 weeks later, all these kids were canceling at the same time, and we ended up, you know, with 0. I'm like, I don't want to start with new students. I'd rather keep all my students. So, you know, a lot of these strategies were over years of testing, and also just personally wanting to have a really cool summer. So, you know, with that, as you know, I started in my own schools building programs where I'm like, you know what, summer is going to be the best time. Think about it. We have the best opportunities during summer that we don't have normally during the year. We have students that are in school that are busy. They're not busy anymore. They can come to our summer camps. They can come to our schools during the summer. We're open during the day. We can do fun things as far as retention goes. You know, we can go to the park and do classes. We can go to the movies. We can do special events. We can teach the students more during the summer because they're with us more. We can make better students. And I started making this list of all these cool things we could do. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have the best summer ever. And so as I started developing that and learning from those strategies, I started working with other school owners, and we started getting the same results. So I'm going to share some of those with you so that, you know, you guys can do the same thing. I think the very first important thing is having a staff meeting, and if you can write these down, really putting this in your mindset. This is how we kind of build our programs. Number one, no one quits. Like, what can we possibly do to hold on to every single person? And what would we do to be able to do that? We want motivated and inspired students. Don't most students get tired during the summer? They're you know, in the pools during the day, or they're playing other video games and stuff, and they just don't want to go to class. How can we make those experiences with our students at our schools so they're doing it with us and not at home? How can we get more students to upgrade, increase our renewals? How can we get better, or what I say here, highly trained students? I think all of us would agree we want the best students, right? We're always bragging about, having the best reverse punch, the lowest horse stance, the coolest side kick, whatever it is. We want the students, and it gives us how can we do that during the summer? How can we create new students and, more important, martial arts friends so we have a stronger community? I mean, think about it. If I have brown belts and black belts always training together, they don't know any of the white belts. But at a camp, I can have them working together. And these white belts are so inspired by the brown belts to do. So I can create new martial arts friends. What kind of amazing experiences can I create, from hikes to park days to video shoots to photo shoots to cool stuff? How can I capitalize on additional income? I want to be honest, like in the beginning stages, my schools dwindled during the summer, and now they thrive during the summer. I have a client who's going to do $660,000 over 10 weeks in his 3 schools. Do more during the summer than he does during the traditional time of year, because he's able to capitalize on his income streams. We're able to create a new instructor team. During the summer is the best time. Sensei Nick, I think most people tell me all the time, like, man, I wish I had a really good staff developed. During the summer, this is where I help my instructors. Like when back to school time comes, I've got a whole heap of instructors that are just motivated, excited. They can be anything from pad holders to teaching sections to class to some of the kids that are a little older. I can just supervise and watch them teach a whole class. And then, of course, for me, it's about having fun. Like, I don't want to lose my summer just because I own a martial arts school. I want to go to the beach with the students. I want to go to the lake. I want to go to the parks. I want to enjoy my summer as well. And then most important, I want to grow my business. I don't want summer to dwindle. I don't want summer to be less. I want to look at the end of summer and say, you know what, my business grew. So some of the goals that we institute into our schools: 1, we create hyper pro training classes, which is just our extreme classes. We start these classes, kids love it. The 3 things I've learned from teaching so many kids in many martial arts schools, and this is important, you should write it down. I've surveyed thousands of kids. Their 3 favorite things are kicks, jump kicks and acrobatics, and weapons. Now, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll do a seminar, and at the end of the seminar, if I do a bunch of kicks and cool things, I'll say, hey, what's your favorite part of class? Always, always, always the jump spinning kick. The second thing I learned is that after doing all these cool jump spinning kicks, if I ask for questions, the first question every kid will ask me is, can you do a backflip? Just to upset me, because here I'm thinking the coolest moves on the planet. I'm doing these really cool kicks, and I'm showing them, even if it's a great side kick, whatever it is, and they're like, can you do a backflip? And I'm like, it's 10 times easier than doing these kicks. But it just showed me that kids live in this superhero world, and so if we can create acrobatics with martial arts techniques, not only are we going to build their confidence, but we can build their hand and eye, foot coordination, and it's just disguised repetition, right? I mean, they're going to do, let's say, a front kick into a handstand into a front kick, or a pop front kick into a handstand into a pop front kick, or a crescent kick into a cartwheel. There's endless combinations that are really easy that you can teach that kids will do forever. Next, we want to institute our camps. Camp programs are awesome, and they're high income generators, and the outcome is even bigger than the income. We want to upgrade your facility. We instantly, I mean, if you're on this call this weekend, I want you to make change. Go into the facility. I'll show you some things you can do. We do marketing campaign seasons. We don't want students to think month to month, right? 10% of your students are thinking about quitting at any time. We do a whole campaign. So like the Summer of Excellence is training from May. It starts in May. They start getting tickets. They sign the Wall of Excellence. They commit to training in summer. They get tickets. And it starts in May and it ends in the end of August, beginning of September. That's 3-4 months of a campaign after. We already talked about creating new instructors and making exciting classes, and then retention and revenue. I never talk about revenue without retention, and if you notice, it just naturally retention always comes first. Retention is so much more important than revenue and new students, because it costs anywhere from 7 to 10 times more to get new students and than it is to retain them. And if we have our goal set, like we talked at the beginning about, creating students that don't want to quit, giving them amazing experiences, the revenue comes, and you know that. All the big schools I work with, all add value, add value. Now, when you add value, the secret is to communicate that to all the students. So some of the strategies I'm going to give you this summer are going to be free strategies. They're not going to cost you very much, but it might be something like a seminar that you're used to charging $40 or $50 for, but instead you're going to do it for free. but it's still going to have the same $50 value. You're still going to promote that, but you're going to allow students to sign up and do this event for free. Remember, our main goal is that no one quits. We can have them do a seminar. We can provide value. They see the value, then obviously that's going to be powerful. So here's our strategies I'm just going to go over today, and here's literally schools implementing in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. A lot of them are doing it this weekend, and they're getting started. So if you haven't started on these, I encourage you to take action, because 100% of the shots you don't take don't go in, right? That's Wayne Gretzky's quote, and I just love that, because the schools we deal with that take action get results, and that's just the bottom line. So, if you take a bunch of notes, I just feel bad. I want you guys to get results. That's more important than notes. So one is our pre-motivation strategy. I'm going to cover really quickly. We're going to show you how to innovate your location and create brand experience. I'll show you how to start your Hyper Pro training program. If you've been thinking about doing an extreme program, you're scared about it, or you just don't know how to implement it, I'll show you how to do that. We created the Student of Excellence Commitment, which has been just powerful. I'll show you how to do that. We have a ticket point contest that we're doing through the entire summer. We do 3 outdoor events, which are powerful, 3 special seminars that are powerful, and powerful trips. If you've never done camps before, I don't encourage you to do 12 weeks of camps. I encourage you to do 3 camps, and you do 1 per month. That's going to get you wet. It's going to give you time to market. It's going to help you get your team together and just kind of help you get the experience down. But in the overall picture, my goal for every one of our clients, just to do 6,000 this year, is to be able to do an entire summer of camps, which are fun, easy, motivating, exciting, and you're going to generate a hell of a lot of income. And then lastly is our big final event. This summer is really cool. You really have to tie into the Olympics. It's going to be on the TV. It's going to be everywhere advertised. And what I want you to do is think, what's relevant in today's times? Well, the Olympics is everywhere. We're going to actually do the coolest Olympics. We're going to do an extreme martial arts Olympics, which is really even not that extreme, but it's just fun. Kids, we surveyed, Hyper did a really cool survey. We found that 70 to 80%, depending on the demographic that was doing the survey, would rather be in the X Games than the Olympics. So it just shows you how the generations are kind of changing over. They'd rather get the X Games medal versus Olympic gold medal. So let me go through some of these strategies really quick for you. Now, of course, as you're reading these and you're writing them down, you can do your own events. I'm not here to sell you Hyper or anything like that. Take these ideas, steal them, that's great. But when it comes to, branding and actually getting them done, we do have some products that will help you that are just turnkey. But again, take notes and, do what you want to do that feels right. First, creating a brand experience is powerful. We have 11 world champions that are kids, and we have phenomenal photography and posters. School owner, I could never do this. I mean, I was always embarrassed of the flyers that I would copy from, the different boxes that I would get and hand. Never thought that they were really that great, So we have a lot of great stuff you can do. Your pre-motivation strategy, 1, paint the school. If you just paint the front, it creates a new experience when they come in. It's amazing what dusting and painting, changing your pro shop around, put up a few posters, take your trophies, move them around, get rid of them, and put some air fresheners in the front, get a TV screen, start playing some digital media on there, and all of a sudden when the students walk in, it's not going to feel like an old school martial arts facility. It's going to feel like every other business they go in. You have to remember, as a martial arts school, we're not competing against other martial arts schools. We're competing against other businesses, because parents can decide where to spend their money. And if parents, especially moms who hold 85% family budget, they want a clean, nice facility to go into. So, again, you don't have to spend a ton of money. It's just amazing what a little bit of paint will do. So go in your school, take action this weekend, get a couple different colors, repaint it, move stuff around, and as soon as they come in Monday, it's a whole new experience. Summer has begun, and you're showing them that it's going to be cool. Your school is the coolest place to be. If you have posters, put up some new posters. Here's a couple pictures of some of the schools who've put up Summer of Excellence posters and printed them out. We have a DVD commercial. If you don't have commercials and stuff, we've created a really cool summer commercial that we give to you that you put up. And, of course, if you don't have Martial Arts Pro Shop, we have a cool Pro Shop you can use. But if not, again, clean your Pro Shop, change your equipment, take your stuff down, get some new T-shirts, and start selling them. Next concept that we use is what we call the Summer of Excellence. And so basically we have schools who are printing this poster out, they've painted it on their walls, and they're having the students commit to excellence. What they do is when a student has to read this promise of excellence, they don't have to, but they have them read it, and they say, you know, I'm going to train all summer, I'm going to do my best. They read the promise of excellence, they sign the poster, and they're committing to the entire summer to get better, to be a leader in the community. It's just a fun way, and they actually sign the wall. Last week I was out of school, and we kicked it off, and I just got to tell you, this was this event. The instructor painted a big white square, put the Summer of Excellence, put this code on the bottom. All the kids, they all signed it. They took pictures, and they all got their excellence wristband, and they're committed. That's cool. They're ready to do all the camps, do everything they can to be martial arts athletes. Really cool concept. Next is our ticket and point contest. You have to remember that to students, everything is a game. To kids, everything is a game, right? But this is a fun game. And I have to be honest, you know, this is a fun game from a school owner perspective, because you'll see a lot of things that I wrote in there, like, you know, getting tickets for training with your friends, get tickets for training with your parents, you know, get tickets for taking a picture doing a martial arts move on vacation. Like all these things that to us normally we're like, man, vacation is going to kill us. No. You have the kid take a picture in his martial arts shirt or doing a cool kick, and he uploads it, and it makes it fun. You know, do a hyper pro training session on vacation. You know, we have videos uploaded on YouTube the kids can access from their phone, and, you know, post a picture or post a video, and you get all the recognition for it, but the kid's training. You know, you put that up on your Facebook page, a fun, interactive way. So I think 12 or so different concepts on here where kids, you know, get tickets, they get points, and what we do is we give them tickets for those points in class. So if they do it, like they come to class, they're going to get a bunch of tickets. We create this really big bin. We throw all the tickets in, and if you could just imagine at the end of summer, you have thousands and thousands and thousands of tickets with kids' names on it, right? And at your end of the summer event, you give out cool prizes. During, you know, once a week, during stripe testings, just random. If you go to the kids, hey, we're going to give away a cool shirt or a cool video or a sticker today, I'm going to pull a name out of the bin, everybody gets excited. So just have fun with it. It's all about creating something fun and, of course, ideas and such. So that's our ticket contest. Next are our 3 events that we have for free. Okay, so I said we want to do 3 outdoor training sessions. The reason you want to get outdoors, you have the kids wear their regular clothes and do a training session outside. And I know it kind of seems a little weird, they're not in karate uniforms, but it doesn't mean you have to be weird to be in karate, basically, or taekwondo or kung fu. You could be a normal kid. And this is really important. It's almost a dynamic shift in the way of thinking. The kids are out there in regular clothes, kicking and punching. They feel like regular people, which means they don't have to just be martial artists inside the school. They can be martial artists every day, and that's where you make that transition, right? So it's kind of cool. Get outside, do some park sessions. It's great. You know, I think the first time I did this was a crazy experience. I was tired of being inside the school all summer. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a Saturday. Everybody comes, Saturday class, parents, everything, Saturday. Everybody showed up. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of students, and then their parents were sitting on the park benches, and all the adult students. And here I am. It reminded me of like a Bruce Lee movie or a Kung Fu movie where there's like hundreds of people in the park, right? And I'm like, boom, set, stance, and we did our code and pledge, and we're doing kicking drills and punching drills and challenges. I brought all the parents out, and I was like, all right, we're going to have a parent versus student challenge, had fun, and the park was just, the people walking around were just amazed, and I just had a cool experience. I'm like, I've got to do this once a month. So I was like, an hour was over and class was over, and I had the rest of my Saturday to go do stuff. This is the best, right? So so getting out in some park sessions and then doing you know, some seminars as well, giving value at the school. When we go to our park sessions, one of the tactics that we use for our schools is we do a photo shoot and we do a video shoot. I know a lot of people are just starting to kind of use YouTube for their schools. You need to have media, and also you need to have media for your Facebook posts. What a great way to get cool clips of your students training, having fun, getting pictures, and then you have cool content. If you do a picture a day on Facebook, you do a short 5-second clip of the park training session or kids training together, you're going to have tons of clips for YouTube and for your social media, which makes it fun. So those are kind of our outdoor training sessions. The Hyper Olympic Challenge, you can use our Olympic Challenge, or you can just create your own challenge. Basically, the students are going to do kick challenges. We do 20, 30-second drills, round kicks, front kicks, jump kicks. We do the highest kick challenges. We do a kick battle where the kids do kicks and acrobatics together. Kids love dancing, and they watch MTV and VH1, so they're very prone to what's out there. If you watch the movie awards or the music awards, you see a lot of our hyper pros who are on there performing. So, you know, what a cool way to kind of just have what we call little battles where the kids come out. It's just like sparring. Another kid does a combination, or you do it for like 3 or 4 minutes, and you have one team versus the other with cool music, and you give out points. We have a forms battle and then do a weapons battle. So they're just a lot of fun. They're just cool contests, and the parents come and cheer. You basically create a really fun show out of it, and that's where you want to give away, you know, your prizes. Since you have your entire school there, everybody's here for this end of summer. They've been training all summer for this big Olympic challenge. You have everybody there. Then you can give away your prizes and just have a fun climax to summer, if that makes sense. Last thing that I'll go over is the camps. We've created really cool themed camps. As I kind of told you in the beginning stages, you know, our goal is to create martial arts athletes. And what a martial arts athlete is somebody that's fast, that's powerful, that's strong, but also knows how to protect themselves, right? And if you think about it, that's like a superhero. That's what we tell the younger kids. Man, you're like a transformer if you think about it. You can do all these really cool moves and fancy moves, but you can kick ass at the same time. So, you know, that's what we're building, martial arts athletes. And so, you know, with the camps, we also, it's very important for us that every martial arts athlete has the traditional core values of martial arts. So instead of telling kids you have to be more dedicated or, you know, you can't be a quitter and all these things, we've created a cool way of doing it. You know, I can remember an old campaign as a kid, and it was like, you know, don't do drugs. In today's society, that just doesn't work. We have to use positive motivation to inspire kids. So we created a cool T-shirt they can wear. We've created pro athletes that are showing them dedication or showing them perseverance, that actually talk to them about it and how they became so good through that. So instead of you telling them, we use these athletes to inspire them, and we use cool content to inspire them. So you can see here we have a dedication camp, we have perseverance and innovation excellence camps. So even though they're doing martial arts, you know, intangibly, we're really talking to them about those key aspects that make them better and create those things. And we also teamed up with the top martial arts athletes that are out competing right now to create these camps. So you know out there, you know, the hardest thing I think most school owners goes, what content am I going to have for a summer camp? Like, I can't teach them the same, you know, Taeguk forms or, you know, the same katas that I normally teach. We want to have a cool martial arts class in there, but what's going to be unique and fun? The kids are going to be excited to learn. It's not going to be too hard, and they don't have to memorize all these things. And so that's what we created. These are some really cool, open, fun, extreme competition camps that every kid can do that are exciting, and weapons that tie right into that curriculum. We also make everything easy for you, from design sheets for creativity time to the actual, you see there, the perseverance character development. Different lessons talking about perseverance, which is cool. You can also play some of our videos, you know, online to your TV screen or a projector, which is really great. And also, if you want to play the curriculum for camp, like instead of you actually learning the form, if you want to play the form for the students, walk around and coach them, these instructors do a really good technique, turning around, hey, you could follow me, which is great. Easy for you. I had a school owner send me a message. He's like, my camp was the easiest ever last year. I didn't have to memorize and teach all these things. I played on video screen. I walked around and coached them. The kids had more fun. They learned just as good. And at the end of the day, you know, they were excited to come back. And so, you know, I can't say teaching from a TV screen is, you know, the best way or the only way, but it definitely is a huge teaching tool, which is cool. So basically, you know, I gave you a bunch of strategies there that you can use. But with Hyper, we create, you know, we have 3 business strategies for every school that we incorporate. One, we incorporate the pro training program. Again, I had a school last week. I was just at their school, and they enrolled 73 students in upgrade last month. And that was just because they started playing the videos, and they've added it as a leadership upgrade. So if you upgrade to leadership, you also get to go to the Hyper Pro training class every week and learn extreme martial arts. And he said that was the key secret to everybody signing up for leadership. Made a complete shift. He's got now, he said his check went up $45, I think, and that was the money that he needed to kind of bridge that gap from just breaking even every month. And now he's just starting. The second part is this Hyper Camps. And so by holding the camps, you know, you could average, most schools are anywhere from $150 to $200 a week. You know, with 40 campers, that's $8,000 a week. If you do, that's $24,000. If you do 12 weeks, you know, that's $96,000 you do with just 40 students. And then the last thing is our hyper experiences. These are retention strategies, okay? Retention strategies that are 3 to 4 to 5 months, like I just showed you, that are fun and exciting. Well, you know, basically, you know, to take action on a lot of the ideas I've given you, you can do, you know, on your own. But we have what we call the hour of power. And that is basically as soon as you get off the webinar, you can register into the Hyper Online Training Program, and everything is uploaded for you. And within an hour, you can make a huge shift in your school. One, you know, you can upload some of our videos to your Facebook pages and tell the students, hey, we're going to be doing these summer camps at our school. You can upload the Hyper Pro Training commercial and say, this is going to be starting, you know, at our school. You have to remember 10% of the students are thinking about quitting right now, and in summer that actually goes up. So we want to create, you know, excitement now with our students. We can drop an email to all of our members. We can show them, because we don't have to just tell them. You have videos and posters to show them. We have online posters you can put up right away on your Facebook pages, your YouTube channels, and you can start creating excitement right away. And then we have what we call the Weekend of Progress. That's basically getting on, downloading all the things you need to download, the posters, and while the school's closed on Saturday afternoon and Sunday, make some changes, and when everybody comes in on Monday, you have a fresh new school of excitement and power. So those are the different strategies I want to cover with you. I think, Sensei Nick, you have a couple questions.
That, first of all, just awesome. Okay, I felt like I was just at your event again. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. I did quick things, notes I was taking during your presentation. Hopefully, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions coming in. The one thing, Roland, I really love the most about what you're talking about is, and this is more for the school owners to take notice, the words you're using, life skills, content, athletes, motivation, like this is really going to prevent from having that instructor burnout. Like you mentioned earlier, a couple slides earlier, a lot of instructors, when they're doing camps in the summertime, if there's not something like you have going on here with great curriculum, exciting events, and it's fun, these instructors will get burned out, and they probably will not even want to come back after the summertime. Would you agree with that? Yeah, no, totally. And here's something to think about with that, too, as well. Not only can you create new instructors because you have junior instructors, right? They're coming there. I actually got this idea about 10 years ago. I went to Tony Robbins' seminar, and I realized there was like 5,000 people there or whatever it was, and the entire event was organized and run by volunteers. And I was like, man, they just want to be there. First, we have our junior and our teen instructors who want to do camp but may not want to pay for it. Well, we can coach them and help become great instructors, which is exciting. The second thing is you can introduce new curriculum. So things that you're not used to teaching, the best place to teach is at camp because it's not so much pressure. It's not like you have 45 minutes, you have 15, 20 minutes, you've got to be on. It's like, hey, we have more time to get down the curriculum, to experiment with it, and instructors can learn along with the students while they're doing it, which makes it fun. And then the third thing to what you said, it's new curriculum. It's completely different. So then the instructors are having fun, learning new stuff, presenting new stuff, doing new stuff, which means the kids are going to have more fun, right? Absolutely. And that's why I love it so much, Roland, because like I've seen it like in my school since I've taken myself out. I'm no longer at my school. I haven't been there in almost 3 weeks. And last summer, when I tried giving some tips to my instructors, and these camps were just, one guy doing games for 20 minutes, then doing this. Like, this structure is critical. I mean, because the parents, they're going to, after their children come home from camp, so what'd you do today? And then they're going to say to their parents the truth. They're going to say, well, we really didn't do much. We just sat around. But with this type of curriculum, with this type of strategy, you've taken that out of the equation for instructors to have to worry anymore. And then you're giving value, which is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you. Actually, I'll take you kind of I'll just show you around a little bit on some of the
Real
things,
quick,
if you don't
Roland,
mind.
can I ask you one more thing?
Yeah.
Can I ask you one more thing? Sorry. The
Yeah.
other note I took here also was about your outdoor events, which that's awesome. Now, you recommended how many outdoor events, like for a school that's just starting out? Say like they get started with HyperPro this summer. Do you think like starting them out with like one event would be good, or what do you recommend?
Yeah. So definitely you want one event per month. So everything that we do, we kind of do one per month. We do one event per month, which is outside, and then we do one seminar. And those 2 seminars are free. They're $50 each normally, or if you normally charge $40, whatever it is, or $50, and you basically just going to go out there and do a fun, cool class with everybody. We do have a structure that you can follow, but if you can just imagine, doing a cool warm-up, doing kicking drills, doing a little bit of acrobatics, do some tricking, and maybe showing some cool combinations of a form, and it's just basically doing a class outside. So one of those per month, and then one seminar per month. And again, these seminars are geared for retention, to create value. You're giving your students $100 a month in extra value during the summer for being at your school. And then those lead up to the Olympic Games. So you're kind of training them for the Olympic Games. So you may want to be practicing, your 20-second kick drills and your kicking, tricking challenges and stuff like that in those classes and having a blast.
And like you said too, Roland, the content, like guys, as a school owner, think about the content that you're producing for Facebook. Outdoor events, all these different things that Roland's putting together for you, like it's so much better than putting up the picture of the back-to-school special. This content, so we're looking at this tour of, the HyperPro training material, so let's do it.
Yeah, I'll show you a couple, I just want to show you a couple things. This is really cool. You can see we have a commercial DVD that you just play. And we also have some that you can play off, off online if your computer's online or your tablet's online. We have really cool posters to put up. So you can see there the one in the middle is, it's the jump kick acrobatic poster. That's really easy. Then we have, the levels of kicking. And then we give you 50 invitations to invite kids into the pro training program, which is pretty cool. When you log in online, what it looks like basically is you have these modules. And each one of these modules is what we call a season. It's 3 months of curriculum. And it includes everything from a form, if you see here, like this is from your iPad. You can see Matt Emmig's double nunchuck weapon form. So you have 4 sections of the form. You have your 12 workouts for the 3 months. You have your written class plan, exactly what to follow for your, and then you have the athlete mindset, which is a different style of character development. They're like powerful quotes that we use from the top athletes. And the cool thing about this, by having it structured like this, is you can print out the class plan that you see up in the left corner, or you can just have it on your iPad. So if you have an internet connection, or you can actually pull it up on your phone as well, and you have all your class plans ready for you. With a lot of the schools that I work with, we're converting everything. We're getting rid of paper and just converting everything to an iPad or some kind of tablet, and you have all your class plans. You just scroll through, what week is it? There's your class plan. And then the coolest thing about that is you can also just mirror it through Apple TV, or you can just use a plug and plug it right in the back of the TV, and you can play videos and do things for the students, which is really cool. So we're very, like I said, moving forward with technology. On the Pro Training website, when you log in, you'll see the curriculum seasons, what I just told you about. You'll see the camp programs that we talked about. They're all on there. You can download them and get started right away. We have kicks and combos. This is how you teach some of the kicks and acrobatic combos, and it breaks it down. It freeze frames it in the air, shows arrows. If you see there on the right, we have the marketing strategies, which is all your downloadable posters and things. And then we have the instructor training corner, which is how to teach safely some of the advanced kicks. Like, what is a 900 kick? What is a 720 kick? I mean, everybody can do a crescent kick, right? If you spin 2 times, that's a 720 kick, a 720 crescent. If you jump in the air and you only get halfway around and then you do an extra spin, you do 3 spins, that equals a 1080. I mean, it's pretty simple. And the way we break it down, you practice the jump, you practice the spin, you practice the basic kick, and as you get better at it, you slowly put them together. So it's just knowing it, and that's what that is. We have our Hyper Pro Training school owner page, which is our pro training schools. This is where you can network with the top schools around the world, and everybody's sharing ideas on it, which is really cool, uploading pictures and sharing content. And then our YouTube channel. We have over 50 videos on our YouTube channel that you can use to inspire kids. You don't have to create content, which is really hard. So that's kind of cool. We also have our what we call our retention experiences. We have the Summer of Excellence and the Summer of Innovation. you could download all these posters and charts and put them right up in your school. To me, leveraging is the most important thing. The best investment you have is the one you can leverage. And so, you charge $200 for a camp and you have 20, 30 kids. If you have 10 kids, you're making $2,000 a week. That's leverage to me. That's huge. If your retention, if you're able to save a few students every month, that's $150 per student. That can be $500, $600 per month because kids are excited to be a part of something new and dynamic. And then the time to create posters and content is ridiculous. Like, it just takes so much time, and we don't have cool pictures and stuff. So with this, you just download these and put them up, which is really cool. And then same with our camps. Like, our camps are really cool. Here's your camp grid that you were talking about, Sensei Nick. This tells you within every 15 minutes exactly what your instructor to teach, exactly what to do. And they can watch it. They can play it on the video for the kids. They can watch it. Like, here's 1 week completely done for you. We have a ton of these itineraries already done for you. And on the right, there's a one-day itinerary. So, like, when kids are out of school for, like, Martin Luther King Day or whatever the Mondays that they're off for, or furlough day, some schools are just shut down for testing. You've got cool one-day camps. I mean, the income you can generate and the time you're going to save is awesome. So the overall program, we have our extreme program. We have all of your camp programs. We have your marketing seasons. We have the income that you'll generate. Schools are generating serious income every month, and it looks overall huge. We have a ton of schools saying students are coming back. They started seeing their Facebook posts and things. We have a cool starter package. And, just being on a team of martial arts schools around the world, creating martial arts athletes, is really exciting. Our monthly license fee is $299, but we do have a special for Champions Way clients as $149 a month. This is a limited time. So if you go to our website and you type in Seaway, you'll get your discount. You'll see the discount actually instantly, and you just fill out the information. And within 10 minutes, you can have access to all of the information we have back there and just start, really making some cool changes. So, we're excited. We have a ton of schools getting tremendous results. I think, to me, the most important thing, Sensei Nick, is just networking with really good school owners who are creating phenomenal martial arts students. And if we can, if we can have 2 to 3 powerful, great teaching martial arts schools, updated facilities, great owners in every community, I know we can make a huge difference around the world. I know we got a question in the box that said, what's the site? The site is hyperprotraining.com. Again, if you see here on the slide where it says special code, put Seaway in there, click redeem, and you'll see that your subscription will drop down to $149 per month. And man, get action. Get results by enrolling and getting all the information you need to just start right away. I mean, even if it's just physically making some changes this weekend and posting some exciting martial arts videos, you can make a huge difference. If you're already doing a camp or you're already doing some seminars, here's some fun way to enter or just put in some new curriculum. Drop it right in. Take a look at our camp grids and compare them with what you have and see where you can make some adjustments and some changes so that that your school's, running basically with the best martial arts schools in the world, and, that's our goal. I just want to finish off by saying thank you from our staff, which is all of us and all the kids on our team. We want to thank you for being a part of Hyper. Whether you decide to join or not, it doesn't matter to us, but if you do join, we do donate a portion of the proceeds back to these kids. To me, it's my personal mission to help recognize the martial arts athletes. There's athletes in every sport, right? Baseball, football, soccer, but we've taken the time and the financial resources to reach out, create martial arts athletes, pro athletes that can earn a residual income. And so we do donate a portion of to them, and our goal with these kids is to be the positive role models that athletes should be, and they all are. So that your kids are looking up to, we say, the coolest on the planet, martial arts kids. So thanks a lot, Sensei Nick and Champions Way, Master Fareed and Master Kyle, for putting this event together and allowing us to work with Champions Way and with all the great schools out there.
Thank you so much, Roland. And again, a shout out to Jay Morgan, yourself. You guys are awesome. Really looking forward to these events coming up. And Kyle, thank you so much. And also Michael Owen from our marketing department. These guys really did an amazing job helping us market the seminar. sales team, all you guys that were pushing all the clients to come and check out Roland's webinar. I think they're all going to be very happy. And Roland, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this for us. And on behalf of Champions Way, this is Sensei Nick signing off.